morning and welcome. I can't believe it, to the April heart call. And I know I've said this for several months, but I'm still somewhere in July. I don't know about you guys. There's a really weird thing happening that one of our circle, Trey, mentioned this week, that the days seem to be expanding. Finally, we're starting to feel some of that spaciousness of the 36-hour day. But on the other hand, weeks and months are just flying by. So regardless of what month you're in, welcome to the heart call. And it's been a really interesting, just this past week actually, has been a really interesting time for me. And I'm sure for all of us, because there is so much going on and so much unfolding. But one of those little aha moments came this morning. I subscribe, as many of you probably know, to a CNN Good News weekly publication. And this morning, when I was looking, was really interesting because Sanat Kumara has been here all week, and certainly the cities of light are front and center for all of us, because the energy of the cities of light has changed. They are there, they are vibrant, they are standing. And rather than our actions and our determination and commitment in terms of establishing them, that phase is pretty much over. So the cities of light are there and present and inviting us to come and join them, because that's where the love lives. So here I am this morning thinking about what we're going to talk about. And I'm reading this article, and there's an article on Bhutan. Now, when we very first started talking about cities of light, Bhutan was beckoning me. Come, 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 come. And it wasn't somewhere that was really even on my radar, but I started investigating Bhutan, and it was an incredible place, is an incredible place. I bilocated there frequently some time ago, and then Bhutan went completely off my radar. And even this morning, I went back and I looked at our Cities of Light list and all the information that we have on that. And Bhutan was not to be found anywhere. But obviously, Bhutan is beckoning me and probably all of you. Now, this is where we get to practice our bilocation, right? So I wanted to share this picture, and I hope I can do this correctly. And I can't. Well, what I will do is I will post it on our website, because Bhutan, for those of you who are wondering what cities of light architecture looks like, it was simply amazing to me to see this energy of what this city of light is even looking like. The architecture is just phenomenal. Let me go here. Now, you can tell me, Isaac, if this is showing up on my screen.
I see nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, I will post it then on our website. But the point is that the cities of light are alive and well. And that really meshed with things that have been also expanding with our beloved Sanat Kumara this week. And as you mostly know, I have this rule of 3 that I abide by in terms of when I hear in channeling or in my own private conversations with the council. When I hear something more than 3 times, I start to pay attention. And this opening came this past week when I was doing channeling sessions with people. And there is a phrase that I always use in my opening prayer to seal the space and to anchor what we're about to do in this sacred space. And one of the lines from that prayer is an invocation to Sanat Kumara, actually, to assist us. And how that prayer goes, that line of the prayer goes, is that if there is anything in our being, in our field, in our timeline, in any dimension or reality, we ask with the help of Sanat Kumara that this be transmuted, transformed, and eliminated. Now, the elimination permission was only really granted a few years ago, a couple of years ago, when we first began working with the universal laws. The prayer was for transmutation or transformation. And to work with the law, that portion of the law, which is the law of transmutation, for elimination, there is a whole process that we go through with the help of Sanat Kumara, because as human beings, we weren't there yet. We weren't strong enough yet to do it on our own. So there was a situation where we go with Sanat Kumara and we use the scales of justice and we see that everything is in balance. But that permission or that encouragement to use the law of elimination was included and upgraded a couple of years ago. So imagine my surprise this week when I'm saying this prayer, which is channeled, and Sanat Kumara is coming in and saying anything that needs to be transformed, transmuted, or eliminated, and he adds, and elevated. I'm thinking, oh, okay. But not really knowing what he's referring to. And those of you I was talking to this week probably wondered as well. But anyway, so I began that conversation. Now think of this, Sanat Kumara is the keeper of universal law. So when he talks to us, we're talking about that body of 13 universal laws, the laws of love. And they're all about transformation and really living according to universal law rather than human law. But what he's encouraging us to do, and obviously that's who we're going to be chatting with this morning, is to, rather than thinking of elimination, because even when we've been talking about transmutation, transformation, transubstantiation, elimination, it always, for me anyway, has had that sense of reconstruction, letting go of debris or things that aren't really adding to the fullness, the sanctity of who we really are. But now, when we're going to do a little exercise, is that we're being invited to decide, according to universal law, with the help of Sanat Kumara, those qualities, those divine qualities, the 13 blessings and virtues, those aspects of ourself, and I don't mean aspects as in outside of yourself, those parts of ourself that we wish to elevate, that we wish to magnify, that we wish to really grow. So this is exciting. This is a next new step in what it is we're doing, and in particular what we're doing on planet with the cities of light. So I want you to close your eyes for a sec. and drop into your heart. Really feel as if you're sinking in to the bottom of your Valentine heart, and feel yourself relax. Feel your jaw relax, your shoulder relax, your hips. You couldn't move out of your chair or wherever you're sitting, even if you wanted to. Okay. And Sanat Kumara is asking us to go to the interior of our heart, to that golden chamber. So as you're sitting there, look for that tiny pinprick of light. And then just with your Superman, Superwoman capacities, talents, just fly right through and feel yourself in your inner temple, in that golden radiance of your inner self. And let's not rush this. Take a moment to look around, to look at the walls, what you've inscribed on those walls to remind you of who you are. And find yourself a spot. Maybe it's a couch or a cushion or a special chair, or maybe even a throne. And sit down and relax. Now, each of us carries, according to our soul design and our plan, some very specific talents. We have everything, but we have our favorites, and we have those capacities that really define who we are. So let those float to the surface. And I want you to feel, not think, feel of one area of those incredible talents that perhaps you haven't used as much as you would like or could. Or maybe it's a talent, a virtue, a blessing that you feel you need more of, that you'd really like to shine brightly on during this time of such radical change. Feel it. I want you to feel Sanat Kumara, our beautiful universal logos, our brother from Venus, golden radiance. Come and sit beside you in friendship, keeping you company. Now I want you to feel him taking your hand the way a good friend does, or maybe your mom and dad. and thinking, feeling, knowing, in your divine knowing. What is it that you carry in your beautiful, unique, ascended self that you would like to expand and elevate? Elevate interdimensionally, up through the dimensions. We are interdimensional beings. So, in terms of your very particular offering to this planet, to this human collective, what do you want more of right now? Is it temperance or fortitude, patience, grace, joy? I think we could all use a little more joy. What is it? Balance, compassion, and feel that heart desire. And feel the presence of SK, of our beloved Raj. Now feel him taking your hand that he's been holding. And he's taking your hand and he's putting it on his heart. And you're connecting. There's a circuit, heart to heart. And yes, it does feel very strong. Let it come. Breathe some gold. Relax even further into your chair. Maybe you're going to feel a little heated up. That's okay. And he's saying to you, are you sure? And are you committed to use this elevation in the name of love, in the name of all that's holy, in the name of humans, Gaians, star family, elements, and elementals? Are you prepared not to let it sit fallow, but to harvest this gift and to share the bounty? And if not, make another selection, make another choice. For this is my gift to you, but you, beloved ones, are determining what this elevation shall be. And when you've reached your answer, we begin the transmission. Do not move your hand off his heart. Simply open and receive. And receive. And now he's taking your hand, still holding it, and placing it upon your heart, sealing it in, anchoring it. Greetings, I am Sanat Kumara. I am Raj. Yes, I am Logos. And I am keeper of universal law. This journey of all existence is infinite and eternal. But you, my beloved family, have chosen to have the experiences of time, of human form, of the bounty of Gaia, and the bounty of the Mother, Father, One. And in this framework, I have been overjoyed to share with you the universal laws. Now, let me be clear. Universal law doesn't ebb and flow. It doesn't come and leave. Just because you haven't thought of it lately does not mean it is not intact. And it is the fundamental framework for all beings. There is no exception. Yes, even when you have thought of or experienced the most discordant, destructive planet that ended up in ashes, universal law was still the law of the land. In, out, in between form. It is what governs. No, not in a way of ego, and certainly not in a way of coercion. Yes, it is the explanation of how things work in love. And this is what you are elevating. And this is what I am elevating with each and every one of you. The frequency of this planet and of the human collective raises, increases, expands. And it is necessary for you to be consciously aware that you are part of this expansion. You are the forerunners and you are the portals that clean up. You are everything and all. And how you operate and establish this planet that is kind and loving and equal for all is in fact according to the laws. It is the foundation. But now it is time, my beloved family, to elevate your capacity and, might I say, your commitment to the laws. Now, we have spoken a great deal and have a lot more to say about speaking in neutrality, living in neutrality. But neutrality does not mean in any way, shape, or form a lack of passion, a lack of caring. Quite the contrary. It is fundamental. The laws do not make you judge and jury or victim. They simply guide to what works. Now, you know, we have spoken of the cities of light, which are thriving and rising even as you do. And yes, in the cities of light, Sador is speaking. And universal law is the practice. It is the foundation of governance. It is the foundation of creation. It is intent made manifest. This is not just a gift, this elevation that I give you this day, this input of energy into the totality of your grid. It is the empowerment that you are being entrusted with as you create this planet of love, this planet of light. And your city of light can be a cottage in the woods or the biggest metropolis on planet. Yes, your brothers and sisters of Bhutan, they have hidden away in the folds of time and in the folds of the mountains and the rivers so that they would not be interfered with in the creation of their purpose, their soul commitment. Use this example and then bring it home. Bring it home. It is not just mindfulness, it is love. When the mother has turned to me and said, now you will move from planetary to universal, I did not for 1 minute think I was losing my job. And I did not for one moment think of it as some grandiose promotion. And it most certainly did not change in my heart, in my being, in my soul commitment to you. How I cherish not only the planet, but each of you. Venus is my home planet, and it is beautiful. But what makes Venus? It is the people, humanoid in form, living in love. There are several planetary systems, Trilana, Halion, that are in the forefront of the assistance that is available to you, and particularly in the creation of Nova Earth and Nova Gaian that are helping you. Never overriding. Coercion is not a viable option in any circumstance. Now, that does not mean if you feel you are lying on the ground bleeding out, that I will not lift you up and carry you home. Of course we will. That is not interference, it is compassion. And there are so many upon your planet that are on the ground, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, bleeding out. So part of the solution is this elevation. And you have developed far enough in your capacity to understand what balance truly is, what love really is, to do this. And so I bring you this offering, this gift. I add my energy to you. Just as we have used the scales, I am using your heart. And I will elevate something for you every single day. There is only one test. Is it of love? Is it of joy? And yes, does it lead to joy? These are the questions. These are the questions that result in a new realm, not regime, realm, where people walk freely and birds sing freely and giraffes roam freely. It is the equality. Each of you has blessed undertaking. Blessed undertaking. So know this. I am with you. And I am with you in your cottage, in your high rise, and in your cities of light. I am with you. Now, beloveds, will you come with me? Please. Let us elevate together. Let us celebrate the elevation together. Let us celebrate the elimination of hatred and greed together. Not as judge and jury, but in such a sense of wonder that the choices have changed. They have elevated and they have evolved, as have you. Go with my love, my radiance, my joy, and my help. Farewell. How wonderful. You know, this is the thing, that since the mother pushed that reset button, the expansions and the numbers of gifts that are coming forward are phenomenal. And part of what we're doing is just paying attention to where they're dropping the hints and then saying, yes, 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 yes. I'm all in. And I know you guys are too. And by the way, he's also suggesting, no, he isn't, he's telling us that elevation can also include physical stamina, strength, well-being, health, and balance. Do not think that it is excluded, for your bodies and your forms are essential and necessary on planet in form right now. Every day, ask for something. Thank you. Until the next time. I'll be posting that picture of Bhutan. You'll be blown away. Take care. Love you.